Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Up in the hills above Paphos, and we're about to head in the direction of Armu, down to Konya, and then down to downtown Paphos. So sit back and relax and enjoy the little drive. And if the noise is a little bit louder than normal from the road surface and all those kind of things, that's because we're not in the big cat today. We're in a slightly lesser car, but a much more reliable car. Drop in the comments, what do you think Mr. Paul is driving today? Very reliable indeed. It comes all the way from Japan, and you can get one made in the UK, I think, still at the moment, because there is a factory somewhere in downtown Wiltshire. That's the clues over. You drop in the comments, what car do you think Mr. Paul is driving today? It's one of the greatest cars in the world, there's no doubt about that. Anyway, on that note, look at that for a view. That sky is looking blue. The sea, I promise you, in a few moments you're going to get a glimpse of it, and it's looking spectacality of a blue indeed today. Of course, Mr. Paul, he's dressed head to toe in blue, so that must mean one thing: all that's missing is you. So come on, get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy, because Paphos, Cyprus, Marika and me, oh yeah, we're waiting, especially for you. And at the moment we are waiting for Nick and Kat Brown, because they're going to get on a big bird and jet into downtown Paphos literally today. Who came in yesterday? I'll tell you who came in yesterday, and they had the great honour and pleasure to meet them last night in the Pelican restaurant. If your name is Lady Amy, and of course there is a Sir Jonathan in your life. Thanks for joining us, and we had a great chat, and you never know, we might be popping up in Lofty's bar this coming Wednesday. But of course you'll be coming back to the Paphos Harbour on the Friday night to celebrate your birthday. And of course don't forget to check into the little channel known as Marika and me, because I'm pretty sure that there might be a little shout out especially for you. Who else came into town yesterday? I'll tell you. The girl all the way from downtown in York, she's a beauty, and of course she brought with her the man of her dreams, the Cheshire Cat grinning man. Lady Rachel, our Sir Jace, welcome to downtown Paphos. I'm pretty sure today you will be sunbathing on the rear terraces of the Amarvi luxury 5-star hotel and feasting your eyes and digesting upon the beauty and of course the spectacality and all the blueness that is going on in and around downtown Paphos. But hopefully you'll come and join us at the Pelican restaurant one of these evenings, and perhaps we can raise a gin and tonic or two. So here we go, we've come out of the village of Armu. Very soon you are going to get that perfect view straight over the rooftops and the treetops of uptown and midtown Paphos, and straight out into the blue Mediterranean Sea. And I tell you what, the temperature, if you're curious to know today, the temperature's ramped up that a little bit, 34 degrees, and it is precisely 11 o'clock. They're predicting a high of around about 36 degrees. So if you're looking for a perfect place to come for a holiday, and of course to go back with that perfect suntan, Paphos should be at the very top of your list. There's no doubt about that. So great little car this, by the way, really is. And as I've mentioned before, very soon indeed we're going to set up 2 new YouTube channels, obviously featuring myself and of course the most beautiful woman in the world, Miss Marika, and hopefully one or two of you will click through and go and join those channels. So we won't let the cats out of the bags just yet, but very soon indeed they will be launched, and of course when they are we will let you know. So if you want to listen to an idiot in a blue hat with a dark pair of sunglasses, could be a channel coming very soon, especially for you. And of course, if you want to see more of the most beautiful woman in the world, Miss Marika at the booth, that's Marika. Keep coming back to the little channel known as Marika and me, and when the new channels launch, we will let you know. And we believe that one or two of you will come and support videos. On that note, if you do like what you see, hit that like, click that subscribe. Please don't forget to keep on coming back for that little bit more of our complete and utter madness as we take you on our travels in and around Paphos. And of course, if you'd like to keep the channel afloat, why not consider to join us on the YouTube platform itself, or perhaps go and hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. If you Google these magic words, Marika and me, Buy Me a Coffee, or Buy Me a Coffee, Marika and me, up will come our landing page. And of course, you'll have a choice to read a little bit more about us, and of course, a comment or two. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, you may gift us a virtual coffee or two as a thank you, as a gesture of goodwill. And we do thank you from the very, very bottom of our two hearts. And of course, you can also join us as a superstar member, starting off at only €10 a month. That's all it costs to get that special title, to get yourself that little bit closer to Marika and me. And of course, unlock some of the privileges and advantages of being a member. And of course, when you're in and around Cape Paphos, guess what? You're going to get a discount or two. So let's keep on heading down towards the Limassol roundabout. The idea of these videos is to, well, you can listen to the ramblings of Mr. Paul. Now and again you get a bit of information, but of course you get to see some of the streets that perhaps you've not seen when you're on your travels in downtown Paphos. Now there's one of those coming to my house soon, not the digger or the dumper truck, but a lorry with a flatbed to pick up the Jaguar, because yes, it broke down yesterday. What can I say? There you go. As I've told many people, if you are an idiot, you buy a Jaguar or a Land Rover or a Range Rover. Luckily for me, I am an idiot in a blue hat and a pair of sunglasses. But there is a recovery truck as we speak, hot on its way to the house to collect the Jaguar. I mean, in fairness to it, it drove me around all day yesterday and it got me home, and then at the very last moment, as I turned into the drive, it threw up all sorts of warning lights and just stopped, and now it won't start at all. So there you go. You can say it didn't let me down, I suppose. What's this comparator doing? Probably on his mobile phone. See, when you're driving around Paphos, always be aware the drivers around you are smoking cigars and they're making YouTube videos and they're talking a load of mumbo jumbo. So please drive very carefully and very courteously. You know why? Because there's a lot of foreign tourists, a lot of British, a lot of Polish, a lot of German, a lot of Russian people walking around. And remember, they can often be looking the wrong way when they step out. So if you are in a car, whether you've stolen it, borrowed it, hired it, drive very carefully. We wouldn't want to have a catastrophe, and of course that would be on your conscience. Anyway, on a positive note, look at this bit of road. It's been tarmacked and it's super smooth. It's like a billiard table. What's that coming up there? I'll tell you. On the left hand side, that's the brand new goodies that's coming. A monster of a fast food takeaway. It'll dibble and dabble in burgers, it'll dibble and dabble in kebabs, ice creams, you name it, Goodies is going to be doing it. And of course, next door but one here is Uptown McDonald's. So perhaps they've got a bit of a fight on their hands. So I think there might be some special offers coming to McDonald's over the next few weeks or so. But have you ever noticed, whenever you go to McDonald's, it's always packed, isn't it? And every time you go there, a lot of people say, well, I'm never going there again. The food was rubbish and it wasn't that cheap. But guess what? Next Saturday, that's where the kids want to go, and that's where you end up. So McDonald's will always do well. I think it's the most successful fast food chain in the world, isn't it? So drop in the comments, do you like a bit of McDonald's, or perhaps Burger King? Is that your favourite? Who knows? They're both pretty good, aren't they? If you're wondering where Burger King is in Paphos, by the way, and if you've got to get that Big King or whatever it's called, what a naughty taxi driver, probably still on his mobile phone. Anyway, if you want that perfect Burger King meal in the Cape of Paphos main mall, that's the King's Avenue Mall, there is a Burger King in there, along with one or two other fast food takeaways, and there's a food court, if you understand me. So perhaps while you're going shopping in air-conditioned luxury, that's where you could go and get a pork kebab or one of those Burger King delights. Also a couple of coffee shops in there. You've got Coffee Nero, you've got Costa Coffee, and a local brand one as well. So if you want your favourite tipple, the King's Avenue Mall could be that place that's waiting just for you. So come on, let's keep on going. If you fancy buying a Hyundai or a Volvo, you can get one of those on the left-hand side. Pretty good cars, Hyundais, aren't they? Very, very reliable. And of course, their sister brand Kia. And there's a man in downtown Mansfield, and his two favourite cars are Kias. One is a Kia Sportage, which is a very, very good car, and the other one is the Sorento, which is the 7-seat version, and that's an excellent car, by the way. And he also likes the Kia Stinger, and you know what? That is a spectacality of a car indeed. They've stopped making that car now, haven't they? And they've replaced it with what's called the Kia K5. I tell you what, it's a beautiful, beautiful looking car. So you never know. One of these days, Mr. Paul might put his sensible head on and go and buy something that's reliable. And I got a feeling that a Kia Stinger with the 3.3 litre turbo engine could be a perfect car for me. Drop it in the comments. What do you think Mr. Paul should be going to buy next? Or should he just keep that Jaguar? I'll bet you there's a man in downtown South Wales who says, no, keep the Jaguar. It's beautiful. Big shout out to Lord of the Lee, and of course his girl, Lady Vicky, and the princesses. Princess Kelly, and of course Princess Layla. Now, talking about the man who likes the Kias, what's his name? I'll tell you. His name is Sir Carl. He's got a beauty, that's Lady Rebecca, and they've got a little gangster of a son who one of these days will be sitting right next to Mr. Paul as Mr. Paul goes for a drive with Paphos, and we're going to be chitter-chatting. So a big, big shout out to the young man that wants a Spider-Man balloon and a chocolate ice cream all rolled into one. Calimera, Viscount James. Hopefully you're sitting there cuddled up to your mum and your dad watching as Mr. Paul drives around in downtown Paphos. This road's not bad either, is it? See, it's all been nicely surfaced, nice and smooth, not many undulations. Even if you were driving a Tesla, you wouldn't mind if you sort of run out of battery charge on this section of road, would you, Lord of the Marcus, who's getting ready to go off to the States? But soon after that, he'll be grabbing the hand of Lady Jodie and jetting into downtown Paphos. And of course, a big shout out to your dad, that's Sir of the John. Hopefully you're feeling that little bit better and wondering what the hell is this nutcase talking about. Anyway, feast your eyes and digest. This is the tree-lined avenue down to downtown Paphos, and one or two people know this road. Perhaps if your name is Dame Anne, perhaps if your name is Lady Maggie, perhaps if your name is Lady Ness, I bet you recognise this little bit of road. Now, thinking of Baron von Cigar, Lord of the Martin, the greatest accountant in the world, and of course that's his and our Lady Victoria. Let's get this big boy lit up. Absolutely lovely. Big boy cigar is lit up. We are on the Paphos roundabout along the inner central ring road. We're going to go straight over it and work our way deep into Paphos and see what's going on. So a Paphos update, especially for you guys. Lots of people know there's lots of roadworks and improvements and those things been going on, but luckily most of them now have come to a conclusion. So don't click off just yet. Let's work our way down towards the promenade and see how they're getting on with the final little bits of the pavements and the planting areas and the seating areas. And of course along the way I'll name one or two of the features, shall we say. What's coming up on the left, that's the Avanti 4-star luxury hotel. Great swimming pool area, by the way, and then lovely gardens, nice and secluded, but yet you're on the cusp of the area known as the Triangle. So there's restaurants and bars all around this area before you have to strip your stuff into the Paphos promenade and harbour area. That's the Olympic Lagoon just over the road, 5-star luxury resort hotel. Again, spectacalities of swimming pools, and of course you can literally walk out the back door and lie on a beach, or perhaps dip your little tootsies into the blue Mediterranean Sea. This is the final ascent now into the downtown Paphos promenade area. One or two hotels to name along the way. This is the Amarvi luxury 5-star 5-star. See? English is getting stolen by the most beautiful woman in the world, day by day. Before long, I'll be a mute. And of course, most people perhaps would quite enjoy it for a couple of minutes or so. But it wouldn't be the same without Mr. Paul's rants, would it? Lord of the Andy in downtown Shropshire. I don't think so. Or perhaps Sir Daniel. Yeah, he's getting excited because he's going to come back with a girl who's always right. And that's his girl and our girl, Lady Sherry of the Right. And this time, he's going to bring one of his daughters. And we're looking forward to seeing Princess Grace. She's on her final year. Well, she will be when she goes back to the UK after the holiday to her final year of her university degree. See, much cleverer than her dad. He's just a drug pusher, but a very good one at that. Only joking, he's a paramedic. So yes, he does push drugs quite commonly, so he says. Anyway, what's coming up here? Almira, that's on the left-hand side. That's a 5-star luxury resort beachside hotel as well. And these are some of the improvements, see? They're almost finished. Nice seating area, shading area, and then the pathways on the left-hand side are all done. On the right-hand side, they're almost done. They're just doing a little bit of finishing off, and they're saying about 3 weeks now, so no doubt about it, for August, it will all be done. Should we let these girls go? Yeah, we may as well. Come on, let them go. Oh, well, will we get a thank you? No. There you go. Next time, perhaps we should just run them over. But there we go. Courtesy. What's wrong with it? Where's it gone in this world? That's what I want to know. There seems to be a lot of people walking around very grumpy indeed. But luckily for us, we understand the people who come and watch the little channel known as Marika and me love life and like a good laugh or two. There it is, downtown Paphos Promenade on a spectacality of a morning indeed. All that's missing is you. So come on, get yourself on that internet, look for that special deal, and then get yourself on that big bird and jet yourself into downtown Paphos, because we're waiting, and we really are waiting, especially for you. Now they've made these roads that little bit narrower, but the buses are still quite big, aren't they? Do you notice that? So buses are always given the priority these days, aren't they? And I don't really understand it, by the way, because they're still guzzling diesel as if it's going out of fashion. So what's going on in the world? What's happening with these politicians? I'll tell you what's happening with these politicians. Most of them are getting deposed, aren't they? Not laughing at them, because at the end of the day, the following morning they wake up and go, you know what? I haven't got any stresses or any strains anymore, but I've got one hell of a pension and a payoff. So if you get a chance to come back in this life, make sure you come back as a politician, because you're going to get a spectacality of a life indeed. This is the Harbour Roundabout, various shops on the left-hand side. That's the big car park in front of us, totally free of charge. So if you are in this area, keep driving round it until you find an empty little parking space, and then you can park there literally for the rest of your life free of charge. So not a bad little deal if you come down to the Paphos Promenade and Harbour area. Feast your eyes and digest. There is a view, quite simply worth dying for. Now I let this lady go, but now she's decided to walk behind me. But there we go. Courtesy. Perhaps I should stop being so courteous. Perhaps I should start running people over. It'd be much more fun on camera, wouldn't it? Although I'd get called by the police. But luckily I know the police, so I'm okay. I might be able to get off. No, perhaps not. Shut up, Mr. Paul. Downtown Paphos Harbour on a spectacality of a day indeed. I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, smash the subscribe. Please don't forget to keep on coming back for a little bit more of my complete and utter madness as I take you on my travels in and around Paphos. See you again very soon indeed. Do you want a quick glimpse of that blue Mediterranean Sea yet again? There you go. Feast your eyes and digest. Thanks for watching.